Natural vibrations. Don't worry. We are KWXX, your feel-good island music station. It's me, Cruz, hanging out in the KWXX Studios. Our special guest, Tulsi Gabbard, Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, stopping by here. How's it going?
Aloha. Wonderful to be here and beautiful Hilo.
You know, it's been how many months now since you were elected to Congress?
Oh, gosh. I know it's been a little over 100 days since I've been on the job. November was the big election at the end of
I was going to say, like, you know, a few months only.
It has been just a few months, but time is flying by. It's been very, very busy.
You know, I got to say that you've got to be one of the youngest people at Congress right now, because you're early 30s.
I am. I'm actually the youngest woman in Congress right now, as well as among the youngest of the members. There's a 30-year-old who represents a district in Florida, a guy named Patrick Murphy. But there's a large group of members who've come in who are kind of next-generation leaders from all across the country. And what I find to be optimistic and pretty cool is that collectively, whether you're Republican or Democrat, we're coming in with a get-it-done attitude. You know, we know who we work for. We work for our constituents back home. And all of the stuff that gets in the way of getting things done doesn't matter so much as saying, hey, let's work together, see what we can partner on. No is not a word that we enjoy hearing. We find a way to work through it and get it done.
You know, because you're so young, how much did social media help you? You know, I mean, you're at the forefront of technology because of your age, you know, versus somebody who's 60, 70 years old who's in Congress.
Right.
How much did social media help you with this, you know, getting elected and everything?
It's such a great tool, both going through the campaign that I found, as well as now being in office, to stay connected to people. You know, especially being in Washington, you're geographically far away. The district that I have the great privilege of representing is every single island in the state. So even when I'm home, you know, finding ways to stay connected with people, you know, on Lanai or in Kona or, you know, in Waimea on Kauai. I mean, you got to be creative, and it's awesome to be able to have those little connections with people. Let them know you're listening to them, most importantly. But even just to talk story, it's a phenomenal way to grow kind of the family and to bring more people in so that they know that they matter to the work that we're doing there in Washington.
You know, when you grew up, you actually grew up in Samoa, right? With
I was
your dad.
born there. Yeah, I grew up. Yeah, we moved to Hawaii when I was 2 years old.
Oh, okay. So you did grow up in Hawaii.
Yes.
How much of, you know, you having to be a congresswoman for all of the islands, because, you know, District 1 is fairly, you know, only on Oahu.
Basically, yeah, urban Honolulu.
Yeah, you know, but you got everywhere else.
Yes.
How has that been for you?
Incredible. Especially as I was campaigning, I was on a plane almost every single day. And people often ask me on the plane, oh, are you traveling today for business or pleasure? And I had a hard time answering the question because, yes, the schedule can be long and grueling, but how amazing is it to go to every corner of every island to meet amazing people who are so unique. I mean, even here, Hawaii Island, obviously Hilo and Kona are very, very different. You start going out into the other communities, out in Ka'u or, you know, up in Waimea. And I just enjoy so much still being able to go to these places, be welcomed, and really to talk story and get to know the unique both concerns and opportunities that exist in each of these communities. It's an incredible thing. You
know, you're only one of 3 congresswomen to ever be elected for Hawaii. And, you know, Mazie Hirono, of course, Patsy Mink.
Yes.
You know, you're following in some big footsteps there, especially with Patsy Mink. You know, Daniel Akako is also a congressman.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the best part of being District 2 is that you get to eat at all these different places all around the state of Hawaii.
It can be dangerous. It can be dangerous.
Wait, you're vegetarian, I hear, though, right?
I am vegetarian, so I try to eat healthy wherever I go. Try to make sure I get the exercise in. Because, you know, you only get one body, so you got to make this thing last. Get a lot of mileage on it.
You know, Tulsi Gabbard was here in Hawaii. It's kind of like if you follow her on Facebook, which is just Tulsi Gabbard on Facebook,
right? That's
right. You're actually here doing a tour, checking out different things. What are you doing here on the Big Island?
Got in early this morning, went to go visit Ke'au High School. Was the first stop there, as well as Ke'au Elementary. These are schools that are part of what they call the Race to the Top complex, and have seen just tremendous improvements as part of this program that brings more federal funding for schools that start to show great improvement. It was great to be able to meet with the teachers, the administrators, and the most fun, of course, is meeting with the kids and seeing, I walked into a classroom, history, geography classroom, where they all have Mac air books, and they're working on this mapping program and talking about history when, the Patriots went into Concord, Massachusetts, and it was inspiring and motivating to hear these kids excited about learning and to also know that the data is there to show the huge improvements that these schools are making for our kids. It's some of the best parts of the job to be able to be here, visit people like them. Later today, I'm going to visit some student leaders at Hilo, and also just be walking around town here, meeting folks and saying hello.
It was a big surprise for us a couple of years ago when you stopped by the KWXX Ho'olaulea.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see you there, and of course, it's always a pleasure to have you in studio. And what is on the horizon for Tulsi? What are you going to be, pushing for?
One of the things that I pushed very strongly for throughout the campaign, it's a personal issue for me as it is for all of us, is to make sure that we bring all our troops home from Afghanistan. Things seem to be moving well in that direction, starting to bring all the equipment home, start to bring all of our troops home. But until we're able to welcome everybody back home, we can't sit on our laurels or be complacent. Friends of mine who I deployed with twice, both to Iraq and to Kuwait, are in Afghanistan now. I had a chance to go and visit them a few weeks ago on a very short, brief trip. But, these are people who come from all of our communities, all across the state, and we need to make sure that they come home and that they're welcomed home and receive the respect and the benefits that they have earned through their hard work. The economy is of utmost importance right now. There's a lot of talk about federal budgets, how they're affecting, the cuts are affecting our community in a lot of different ways. In order to have a strong national security, in order to make sure that we have enough money in the federal government to pay for some of these essential services, we have to improve our economy, and we do that by empowering our small businesses. Here in Hilo especially, small businesses are the backbone of the community. It's our economy here. And unless we're making sure that our small businesses are able to succeed through their own hard work, taking away a lot of the red tape and really looking to see how we can empower them, then we're not going to see an upswing in the economy that we need. There's a lot of other issues that we've got to worry about, but I think making sure that we strengthen our economy and we cut back where we can in government, so that we're providing essential services in an efficient way to people. These are the things that are at the top of my agenda, as well as our agenda as a whole, as a country. This is what we need.
I got to commend you as well, because when you were deployed to Iraq, you actually stepped down from running again in the state legislature, and you went and did your time over in Iraq. So we got to commend you about that.
It was around the 4th of July in 2004. I'll never forget it. I was campaigning for re-election, took a break, went home, sat at my desk, checked email, and got an email saying that our brigade had been activated for duty in Iraq. And I remember my heart sinking when I opened the attachment and saw my name wasn't on the list.
Wow.
The job that I was trained for in medical logistics and operations had already been filled by someone else. So I was one of a small number of people. They said, hey, you don't have to go. But I knew there was no way that I could stay home and watch close to 3,000 of my fellow soldiers go on what was the biggest deployment since Vietnam for this brigade. And so I withdrew from my re-election, volunteered to deploy, got trained in a different job, and was very proud to serve alongside some incredible heroes from Hawaii.
Well, we thank you for your service there.
It's my honor.
And, of course, your service to come as Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. So thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Big question. Now that you're on the Big Island,
yes,
where are you going to go eat?
Oh, my gosh. There was an incredible, I don't know the official title, but they call him the head chef at Keao High School. He made an incredible lunch. Oh, really? That I just came from, and my belly is full, so I can't even think about food right now.
You're all set. Tulsi's all set. I will have to recommend, because you're vegetarian, that Island Naturals has an incredible vegetarian lasagna.
They're a natural go-to. They've got amazing desserts that are very dangerous.
Carrot cake there is my favorite there.
Yes.
And you know, because your headquarters was right behind our Hilo Studios, so right across the street from the...
I was a regular patron, trust me.
So you know all about that.
Yes.
Tulsi, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Aloha.
You have a great trip here on the Big Island. We got more Feel Good Island music coming right back with the Common Kings next on KWXX, your Feel Good Island music station.